So it's Monday morning, and yeah, I've been in about probably an hour and a half already, and I'm in full procrastination mode. So I'm basically doing anything I can possibly do to get myself out of doing the things I know I need to do, if that makes sense. I've done one thing this morning, which is an email I needed to send. So I should have sent that last week, but I did do it this morning first thing, so at least that's out of my head. And James has just been in to help me with one of my drawings. He does help me critique my work regularly, actually. We had a little coffee together. Sorry, I didn't have coffee with you yet, but maybe later in the video we might have a little cup of tea or something. But we also had a discussion about my schedule and the fact that I really need to build in some gaps and breaks so that I have a little bit more of a work-life balance, if you like. Yeah, and we're trying to work out the easiest way to do that. And he has taken on a variety of tasks, mainly to do with the shop, but also to do with editing some of the Patreon videos for me as well, which is really, really helpful, because obviously editing, for anyone that's edited or knows about editing, it can be really, really time consuming. And even though I really like editing and I find it a really creative process, I don't have enough hours in my week, and I'd really need to prioritise painting, drawing and art making. So I've rejiggled my schedule yet again. I think this is about the 50th time this year I've rejiggled my schedule, and I've no idea if my rejiggle is going to improve my schedule or not. But I'm really suffering from procrastination syndrome. Yeah. And then James said, have you done a brain dump? Which I did. I did a brain dump yesterday in preparation for coming in today and feeling like everything's tickety-boo. That didn't work either. So I'm just re-looking at my schedule, which is over there, and then I'm going to jump in with some artwork. That's what I'm going to do. But I thought I would check in here first, because with you, just to let you know where I'm at on a Monday morning. And then if you feel a bit similar, a bit rubbish, procrastinating, putting things off that you know you need to do, then you're not alone, because the same. So good morning. It's now Tuesday and it's about 11 o'clock. So let's have a little coffee date. I've kind of just got into the studio this morning because I had a really slow start. And James kindly waited for me just to have a bath and everything, just to reset this morning. So I sat in the bath listening to a podcast, which I haven't done for ages. So that was really, really nice. And I'm just sat here pondering on what I need to do and what I want to do, if that makes sense. I really need to do some emails and some admin stuff, type of communication type jobs, so I'll get those done first. And I didn't film much yesterday because I was having a real issue with my microphone. It stopped working for some reason, bizarre, and then I did a few tests on it and it didn't work, and then about 2 hours later it was working again, but by that point we were going to come home. So yeah, not sure what happened with that, but my other microphone was at home, so I've brought that in this morning, and I may order another spare just to have another one in case something happens again. I don't know. Anyway, And James packed all your orders, so if you had an order from my shop, thank you very much. He's packed it all up for you with lots of love. And we went to the post office yesterday to drop those off. So that's all posted off now, which is a really good job done. I like doing that on a Monday or a Tuesday. And then we usually do another drop off on a Thursday or a Friday, depending on how many orders we get. So yeah. And there's some new postcard size prints in the shop as well. So perhaps I'll show you those tomorrow if I remember. So what today then? I was going to finish filming the Art Nouveau painting that I've been working on, but I actually finished that yesterday, so that's done now. So I'm going to move on to filming the next episode. In fact, the final episode that I'm ever going to do in Heart Journals. And I've also got to record the monthly podcast as well. So I'm going to do that maybe after I've done some art journaling. And I can show you what I finished yesterday. So there's the Art Nouveau painting, finally done. I've been working on this for weeks and weeks and weeks now. So yeah, she's, I think she's finished, but I might add the odd little something to her. I'll see what she says. I'll stick her up there and she can, talk to me if she wants to. So, but I'm really pleased to have finished that one. And I've now started another one, which is going to be in the style of Art Nouveau. But this is obviously a reproduction of the Paul Bethune painting. And I've learnt a lot from doing that, so that's been a really useful project for me. I love looking at other artists' work and sometimes making reproductions of parts or whole of paintings and seeing what tips and techniques I can pick up just by doing that. And I always find that really, really inspirational and exciting. And so I think I'm going to look up some source material for these flowers I'm going to do in my art journaling and see what I'm drawn to this morning, what colours and things like that. And I've got some new paints to try out, so I'll show you those later as well. I've ordered some nice new acrylics, so I'm going to try those out as well. So I'm quite excited about that. And usually I use my kind of more budget discount supplies for my art journaling just to use things up. But I think I'm going to use my nice new posh paint and give them a go. So I'm sat here wondering how to begin and how to ground. I feel slightly like I'm floating and can't come back down to the ground. When I was a little girl, I used to have a reoccurring dream that I could fly, but couldn't control it. My first memory of this dream must have been very early on, as in the dream I was flying in my cot. Later on, throughout the years, the cot became a chair, and eventually no chair, just me. I would float and fly to wherever the dream wanted to take me. Sometimes this would turn into a nightmare, involving a bad witch living in a cottage in a dark wood. Sometimes I would be high in the sky and I would suddenly fall back down towards the earth. The feeling of this sudden fall would cause me to wake up with a start, often in a cold sweat. I still have this dream occasionally, even nowadays. So I've just been looking up the meaning of dreams, specifically flying, floating, and falling. So I came in this morning and I've been writing in my journal, and I haven't written in my journal for about a week. So I didn't have a plan and I had no idea what was going to come out. But it was all about a reoccurring dream that I used to have when I was a child. And yeah, so the theme of the dream was flying, floating, and falling. And I know I've looked this up in the past, but I've completely forgotten, and I don't think I found this meaning before. And what does it mean when you float or fly in your dreams? I just Googled it. In general, floating dreams are positive in nature. They usually symbolise independence, freedom, acceptance, happiness, satisfaction, and success. Floating dreams have many variations. Common scenarios include floating in the air, over your bed, over water, or into space, among many other possibilities. And then the little bit underneath, and I really like this actually, makes complete sense to me. Flying and falling dreams are like 2 points on opposite ends of an arc. Freedom and liberation at one end, fear and limitation on the other. Look at your waking life and try to identify which end of the spectrum you are on. If you're on the flying end, keep soaring to the stars. Dreams about falling may reflect feelings of inadequacy or a sense that your life is out of control. Really interesting. I think dreams are really interesting anyway, our subconscious and the messages we get. But I also think that reoccurring dreams is really even more interesting. So yeah, let me know down below if you have any reoccurring dreams or used to have, especially as a child. And yeah, whether you've dreamt about falling, flying, or floating, or anything else as well. Yeah, it's a really great way to journal. It's a great prompt to use, reflecting on dreams. And I do actually at home have a separate dream journal that I keep next to my bed. So if there's something really important that I've dreamt about, I can write it down straight away. Often though, what I usually do with my dreams is I've got an app on my computer which is called Day One, not affiliated or sponsored. I've used it for years, and I can touch type, so I can literally type without looking and type with my eyes closed. So I kind of wake up in the morning, say if it's 5 a.m. or something, and instead of writing it all down and having to put the light on, I grab my laptop, switch it on, and then just type out the dream into my Day One and tag it dream. So yeah, I tend to use that more than my separate dream journal. But yeah, really interesting. Anyway, off on a tangent then. James has made me a little coffee, and I haven't drunk it because I don't really feel like drinking it today for some reason, so that's a bit odd. I think I might just drink a big old load of water. Yeah, which is probably or definitely much better for me because it's the spring water around here and it's really lovely, really nice water with no nasties in it, no chemicals and chlorine. The water that comes out of our tap at home, it just smells really bleachy. It's horrible. So yeah, I can't drink it. So yes, I ought to get on with some work, probably. So what have I got to do today? I've got a bit of shop stuff to do, and then I want to get painting. So I've started a new project all about flowers. So basically, the last 2 episodes in my Heart Journals series have been flower pages. One was lilies, and the one before that was kind of more abstracty flowers using a limited palette. And because it's spring here in the Northern Hemisphere, and all the flowers are popping up, when we went for our nature walks this past weekend, we just saw loads and loads of little flowers. And yeah, started putting my flowers back in my hair. Yeah, I've got loads of hair flowers actually that I wear, but I tend not to wear them in the winter. Sometimes I clip them to my hat. I got down from the top of my high shelves some of my fake flowers to draw and paint yesterday. And so I'll turn the camera around in a minute and show you what I've been doing, because I've been doing, I think I've got 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 projects from that flower thing. So yeah, I'm going to do a little canvas, some art journaling, which will be the final episode of Heart Journals, episode 10. So I've done 10 episodes now. So I was filming that yesterday and I'll finish filming that today. And then I'm going to change the title to Freedom Journaling. So if you've been in my Facebook a little while, you'll know that I had a freedom journaling group, and the name just, I don't know, it just seems to fit me more than the heart journals. So it will still be heart centered and lovely journaling and emotions and processing and play, journal play and things like that, but freedom journaling. And now I've just read the meaning of the falling and the floating and flying. So if you're floating, you're feeling free, and then if you're falling, then that can mean that you feel your life is out of control or you're being controlled and that kind of thing. So I don't know, that concept has just always been really present right from me being a little girl, the whole ideal of freedom. And I think it's particularly apparent in our world right now, what we've all been through the past year, some of us longer, some of us have been going through it longer, depending where we are in the world. But that whole aspect of freedom and freedoms being restricted and things like that, it's really, I think, come up for a lot of people, definitely for me. So, yeah. So, anyway, had a really exciting thing this morning because I found out that I sold an original. James is doing my shop at the moment to help me out time wise. So when he hasn't got loads of work on, he comes and packs orders and does all the photography and the uploading and things like that for the shop, restocks the stock and things like that. And he checks all the emails. And I was doing yoga this morning, and he said to me, he said, "Oh wow, you've sold your painting, an original, and it's a painting called Ghost. So I need to get her out of the she's over there on the shelf in a suitcase. So I need to get her prepared to post tomorrow. So that's really exciting. So if you're the person that's purchased a painting from my shop called Ghost, thank you so much. I'm sure she'll be really happy with you in her new home. Yeah, it's a really special painting to me actually, and but I will say a little goodbye to her, like I do. And I don't think we'll be doing any prints of her, certainly not the bigger ones anyway, because the colours and the tones are quite dark, and sometimes my paintings don't come out very well as prints. So I might do her as a mini print. We'll see what she looks like. But yeah, so she might be the only version ever created, that original. So that's even more special. But thank you so much. Really appreciate that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on with some painting now, and I'll turn the camera around and give you a little peek into my current projects that I've been doing, my flower power projects. Yeah. So yes, I think this was the beginning. Well, definitely was the beginning of the flower power thing. Anyway, yeah. So this is what I was doing yesterday. So I need to finish these pages and put some green and some. I think I'm going to put some text in here, and then I've also been doing some other paintings, which I'm going to do. I've got a couple of sheets of paper to do some more, and also one I've already black gesso to do some nice flowers on the dark background, folk art style kind of thing. And then I've got the altered book that I've been working on, and actually I haven't done anything in here for a good couple of months, and I thought maybe something like this. Can you see all right? I think you can. Something like this on the cover. So I might just gesso this with the black, and then work on these things all together simultaneously, if you like. And then I've also gessoed a canvas square. So again, do some florally things on here and see what comes out. So yeah, I'm really inspired by my flower power thing. And yeah, the last couple of episodes, so this is episode 10 of Heart Journals, the last one. I think I mentioned that the other day. Let's see if I can find the others. That was the episode 8. So this was Hearts and Flowers for Valentine's Day. So that was another flower page. And then this page, which I need to stick in, look at that. I'm going to tape this in really carefully with some masking tape and then paint over it with black gesso. Yes, so I've used the lilies inspired by this painting to make a page here, and again using that lovely black background, very folk art feel. Love that. So that's the plan. So I'll move her out the way because I don't want to get black on her. And the other thing I've got going on is using some of my postcard sized mini prints into my journal, and I thought maybe Airy Fairy might be a good one. She might fit really well with the flowers as well. And yes, so these are the new ones. So she's not new, but Airy Fairy's new. Ariadne's Butterflies is new. Shikari is a new one, and also Pandora's Box, and she might look really nice in the journal actually, so I might do her instead. Yes, and actually this fairy here, she inspired and helped me write in 2017 a poem called Secrets of a Fairy. So I want to do something with that, perhaps in my journal, and then perhaps I'd like to send the poem to anybody that buys the large print of this one. And a few people have been asking me about the stories behind some of the paintings, and I'm more than happy to share. But maybe save that for another day. Anyway, happy place time. Let's get creating. Endless possibilities. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for keeping me company. I'll leave you in peace for now. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Bye.